Um, we had a move the other day where a lady that we were moving, she was a sex educator, and when we walked in her house, she had like a stack full of dildos sitting like right there for the guys to see, and they were like awestruck, man. These man, like, couldn't stop giggling, couldn't stop laughing. We tried to keep it. Well, they tried to keep it cool. I was cool. I've seen stuff like that before, but they was acting like they never saw stuff like that before. But anyway, like that's just like one of the things that you run into moving. You run into some very interesting people who.
Hey, hey, good day. My name is Building Stuckey, the Quan. Some other people might know me by that name too, my actual name. I'm a mover, and I've been a mover for about 6 years, and I can really say it's helped to change my life, which is why I titled the video that. Because before I started doing moving jobs, I was really in a bad place. Not to say I'd been in a bad place my whole life. I've had my ups and downs, but the timing of me getting hired as a mover was almost like perfect timing. I was in a place where I was trying to get my body right, my mind right, my spirit right, and being a mover offered a whole lot of physical activity that I needed, and I still need at the time. Currently 41 years old, and so I started when I was in my late 30s, and before that I went through a whole lot, and moving forced me to basically imply a lot of discipline into my life, because it required a lot of physicality, and it required it every day. When I first started moving, my first year, I worked roughly about every day for like that whole year. It was like about 7 days a week, every day for like that whole year. And I didn't really start cutting back until my family, kind of let me know, like, hey, we need to spend some time with you. So they hadn't been seeing me. That's part of one of the cons of being a mover, is that the hours are up and down, and your family has to adjust to a lot of unexpected twists and turns, as far as you being able to get off work at certain times, because you never know when you're getting off work. You get off work, and it's only when the job is finished that you can really leave. So that's one of the cons of being a mover. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the fact that it requires a lot of you mentally, when you're dealing with customers and when you're dealing with moving furniture. We move everything. We move everything, we move refrigerators. We move bathtubs. BookstoreMovers, by the way. Move refrigerators, bathtubs, pianos, canoes, man. I've seen a lot of stuff, and we have to put it in a lot of odd places. So it really does. It can take a lot out of you, but that's the reason why I actually love it, because it's really strenuous, and it forces you to be disciplined. It forces you to get focused. In certain cases, you can be in a life and death situation. If you don't watch yourself, you could really break something. You can injure yourself and really be damaged for the rest of your life. And that's one thing that clients should probably take in mind, is that it may seem like it's easy work because we make it look easy, and that's because we do it every single day. But it's not really easy work. It's never really easy work. And because of that, we can be a little aggressive. Some of the pros of being a mover for 6 years. Some of the pros are being able to just feel alive, man, and feel like you don't really have to go to the gym. But I would suggest that if you were to become a mover, that you do go to the gym and train. But feeling alive, man, using your body, and being a part of a brotherhood of people around you that have come from all walks of life, and I mean all walks of life, and some of the toughest walks of life. So you have some of the most thorough people around you that are really honest. Can be a little aggressive, but that, I guess, that just comes with the job. Some of the other pros that come with it is being able to travel around the city. Travel pretty much through the DMV area every day. I never really see the same thing every single day. It's something different literally every single day. You run into celebrities, you run into politicians, you run into YouTubers, you know what I mean? You run into athletes, man. Like, you run into a little bit of everybody doing this job, and that's one of the best things about doing this job, is that it's never the same every day. It's not the same. You know what I mean? It's always interesting, and it's always it can be fun. If you like physical activity, it can be really fun. We had a move the other day where a lady that we were moving, she was a sex educator, and when we walked in her house, she had like a stack full of dildos sitting like right there for the guys to see, and they were like awestruck, man. Couldn't stop giggling, couldn't stop laughing. We tried to keep it, they tried to keep it cool. I was cool. I've seen stuff like that before, but they was acting like they never saw stuff like that before. But anyway, like, that's just like one of the things that you run into moving. You run into some very interesting people who do some very interesting things. You also run into some very kind of weird people who do some really weird things, man. Sometimes I don't know what I'm moving. I'm gonna say that again. Like, sometimes I don't know what I am moving. I'm not at liberty to really dig through stuff and find out what people have. But I know that I have moved stuff. I didn't move some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Out of people who have stuff in their house that I know they probably should have in their house. I'm not gonna get into that, but I didn't move some stuff. They got really, really interesting and crazy. One time we had to, like I said, move a bathtub and put it inside somebody's living room for them to take baths in the living room. So that was really crazy. You run into things like that, pretty often. You know what I mean? So those are the other like pros of being a mover. You know what I mean? I guess some of the other cons, like I said, of being a mover is it's pretty hard on your body. You have to make sure that you do take care of your body. It may seem like, a moving job is like a fly-by-night job, but I can tell you from doing this for 6 years, that probably going on 7 now, 6 or 7 years, that it's much more beneficial to get your body right before you do a move for yourself or become a mover professionally, because it'll be really, really hard on your body, and you have to pretty much work through every single kind of weather. I mean, rain, hail, sleet, and snow. Most of the times people still need their stuff moved. I found myself sliding in an alley one time trying to get my truck up a hill on ice. I was literally ice skating backwards, making a turn at the same time, and I had to kind of whip the wheel to get right. You know what I'm saying? So this could be a wild job, man. This could be a really wild job. So I just wanted to kind of like tap in with y'all for a minute, and let you know, some upcoming stuff you probably will see is some behind the scenes like footage of what it's like. You know what I'm saying? So, you stay tuned for that. You know what I mean? It's probably going to be some interviews on here about, with my other co-workers on moving, and just to make sure that, you get some insight on what it's like to be a mover. It's not just picking up boxes and taking them up some steps and placing them down. It's really detailed. The people that we work with, they want exactly what they want. And what I mean by that is that, when you come into somebody's house, you're not just putting their furniture down and you leaving. You literally have to set them up for where they're about to start their life again. Like, this is a new beginning for them. So you have to make that experience a good experience so that you bring good energy into their house, at the end of the day. That's pretty much the way that I feel. I try to give an efficient and precise experience every time that I do a move with somebody. And because I know that I'm moving a lot of their personal items, I try to treat that stuff like it's mine. Again, man, if you need anything moved, you should check with Bookstore Movers in the DMV area. I got to drop the plug because I work for them, you know what I mean? So, I am getting paid for that. But, yeah, man, it's not the end all be all. I definitely have my sights set on doing things outside of moving. I'm also a producer. I'm also a calisthenics athlete and artist, if you want to say, because I try to blend art and calisthenics together, and you'll see that in my shorts. But yeah, you can learn a lot from moving, and that's probably one of the pros that comes from it as well. You can learn a lot from moving, especially when you're organizing. You can take that, if you're doing moving every day, you can literally take organizational skills and apply them to your life, because that's what you're doing pretty much all the time. You can take your conversational skills with customers and apply them to your life. You know what I mean? You can take the fact that you're meeting different people and all of these different personalities that you have to deal with, and take the lessons that you learn from that and apply it to your life. So, I didn't plan on making this a career, but because I did end up making it a career, I had to find the best things out of it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I have plans on doing other things outside of moving, I still feel like this is going to be a big part of my life, because, like I said before, it makes me feel alive, man. It makes me feel alive, and people say, how could you do this every day? I get asked that question a lot. Like, how could you do this every day? Well, I got 2 kids, man. And from the situation that I came from, that I'll probably talk about in another video, like, I didn't have time to waste on thinking about getting another job at the time. It was like, man, like, you need to do this because it's gonna help you. And to circle around to the subject of this video, man, like, it helped change my life, because it took me from one place. It took me from staying on the back porch at my uncle's house to getting my own place. So, be it through different perspectives that may not look rich, but that's rich to me, because I went from having everything, losing everything, and then, getting most of it back again. So I consider that a victory, man. And I ended up with both of my kids here with me, which I didn't have before. So I feel like the job helped me establish myself with that. Any job that you have, I think, can help you establish yourself if you are looking at it the right way. And as a stepping stone, instead of somewhere that you're probably going to be permanently. But even if you're going to be there permanently, don't forget about your life and the things that you want to do for yourself. One of the pros about working at Bookstore Movers in particular is that the management there, the admin there, they really are transparent. Like, they talk to you, they want to know what's going on with you, they're personal. You know what I mean? They get to know you, on a different level. So they know exactly who they're dealing with, and they treat that person as such. It's not like a one size fits all kind of thing. And I know this from personal experience. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, that's pretty much it, for the most part. And if you're planning on doing a move yourself, I think you should consider hiring movers. You know what I'm saying? If you're planning on moving a whole house, if you're planning on moving more than just a studio apartment with a few things, even if you're planning on doing that, I think you should hire movers. And I'm saying this because we do it every single day, and we stand less of a chance injuring ourselves than you do. You probably will get injured, or you probably will damage some of your stuff. So it's worth paying the money. You know what I'm saying? Some people think it's expensive, but at the end of the day, if you use the company that I work for, you know what I'm saying, it's worth paying the money. You know what I'm saying? It's really worth paying the money. Any reputable company, I ain't gonna just say our company, but any reputable company that does, that gives you a quality experience is worth paying the money versus doing it yourself. If you do it yourself, I'll probably get into this in more detail, but make sure you have everything that you need. Make sure you get supplies, you know what I'm saying? And, make sure you don't overexert yourself. Because like I said, you can easily get injured. And nobody wants that, But yeah, throughout the years, like I made plans to get to this point, and get everything that I think that I need to just live efficiently. And now I got to take it to another level, you know what I'm saying? So that involves working harder, but it also involves me being a lot more creative about the things that I'm doing outside of moving, So you will see me like, nah, baby, I'm not finished yet. You will see me like, more shorts. You probably seen me doing shorts, man. Not wearing shorts, of course, but doing shorts, doing push-ups, a lot of push-ups. I love doing push-ups. And I would definitely influence anybody to get fit whenever you find a good reason why you should make that change. Go ahead and make that change. I'm an advocate for getting fit. I'm an advocate for just working out and getting your body and mind right in general. So that's what you'll see on this channel, outside of more knowledge about moving. Because I want to kind of give you some insight about moving before you make your move. You know what I'm saying? How to set things up, where to place things if you hire movers, where to place things if you're going to do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? You need to know certain things so that you don't injure yourself. You know what I mean? And it doesn't turn out bad, because it really can. It can really be bad. This is my life as a mover. My first video. Let me say I do love my job, man. I love my job, and that's I guess a weird thing to say about that job. I don't know. I guess you can see it that way, but like it gave me exactly what I wanted. I wanted a really physical job that challenged me every day, and with moving, that's what I got. It gives you no choice but to stay on your toes. It makes you a lot more aware of your surroundings. It gives you a natural sense of how to use geometry, so it sharpens you up a lot, so yeah. I'm glad I got to this point, but I know I'm not done yet. So, like, if you're like me, and you feel like you're coming to a point in your life where you need some, you're headed towards some grand change, I would say just keep on pushing. You know what I mean? And don't be too realistic. Don't be scared to dive into your imagination, and just go to the moon with it. For the most part, man. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. I feel like I didn't talk enough. I just wanted to give y'all some insight on me and who I am, and like a short synopsis, and that's pretty much about it, man. You guys enjoy your evening. Stay tuned for more videos about moving and how that applies to your life as far as you hiring movers. I'll also be giving you some tips and tricks on moving. And you'll also see some, like I said, some behind the scenes moving, and just to see what it's really like live action, and see what's going on. All right, but y'all be easy. Have a great night. This is Building Stucky. I'm out.